Hi, tenacious humans. Welcome to the Humanacity Podcast, a guide for expanding human capacity and human tenacity, the human way. I am your host, Elizabeth. I am excited to bring you the first episode of our podcast interview series on augmenting human capacity with AI. In this episode, we're thrilled to welcome Pianpian Xu Guthrie, the visionary founder and CEO of Amotions Inc. Pianpian's innovative startup, Amotions, is revolutionizing the field of AI coaching and AI-powered upskilling. With a rich background in technology, leadership, and multicultural experience, Pianpian brings a unique perspective to our discussion. Pianpian's journey began with studies in social sciences. She earned a master's degree in sociology from Yale University and another in social sciences from the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. Pianpian held influential product leadership roles at tech companies such as Ticketmaster and GoDaddy before starting her own company. Pianpian has over 10 years of experience leading teams and building and growing software products. She's also a global thinker who understands diverse cultures and speaks multiple languages. Her mission is to leverage technology to improve lives and foster better relationships, transcending cultural and economic barriers. So, join us as we explore her story, vision, and insights. Let's discover the excitement, challenges, and lessons along her journey. Get ready for an inspiring conversation that uncovers the deeper aspects of innovation, resilience, and growth. Let's dive in.
Hi.
Welcome. Welcome to the Humanacity Podcast, Pianpian. I am so happy to have you as our first guest.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth, for having me. I'm so excited to be on your podcast. And thank you so much for the kind introduction of my bio.
So, Pianpian, let's start with the beginning of your journey. Can you take us back to a defining moment from your early career that sets you on a path to where you are today?
Yeah, good question. Thank you. So I graduated from Yale with actually 2 masters in sociology. And I got interested in the tech industry because I grew up in the village in China. And I felt like, well, without the internet, I wouldn't be able to apply to schools from a village in China to come to Yale for my master's. So I went into the tech industry, became a product manager. It was so challenging without any training and not much business background and not much software tech background either. And I was a new product manager. I had to figure out how to be a product manager, how do I lead teams of engineers and designers, and how do I manage relationships with my managers and colleagues and all those. So I was struggling so much. I was hoping to have something that can follow me around and give me real-time suggestions and feedback. So that's actually where the idea of Amotions AI come from. And I was kind of thinking it would be great to have a tool like that for me. And there must be other people who, like myself, who would be benefit from it in their early part in their career and as they embark on new roles as well. So yeah, so that's that's the journey.
Yeah, I would love to have one as well. So, growing up in rural China and moving to the US and working across multiple cultures, multiple countries, that's quite a journey. So, how have diversity and change shaped your approach to work and life?
Yeah, great call out on the diversity part. It's I think there are a lot of impact that having a kind of a different kind of culture and background would bring. I mean, it initially created some challenges, obviously, in terms of figuring out how do I communicate with people from different cultures. Did I communicate in the right way? And it would kind of create doubts and struggles. But I think it also brings some empathy for me to when I interact with other people, and especially people who might come from non-native speaker background or come from different culture, people who might be minorities, like myself. And I grew up in a China where Chinese were majority, so I never had the concept of I would become a minority. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like an interesting kind of mindset. And I did grow up. I studied more like the kind of the math and physics track in high school, and I was one of the kind of small amount of women in those big classes where there were majority boys,
Yeah.
but still like working in the tech industry as kind of there are not as many women as then in some of these industries, especially software field. It definitely it kind of bring me both how I can relate better to other people, keep thinking about it, learning and iterating, as
Yeah.
well as have more empathy for people who might be having similar struggles. Yeah.
So true. Empathy and connections.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I think you grow a lot during this journey,
Mm-hmm.
and also growing a lot in building the company, right? So we would love
Mm-hmm.
to hear your founding story.
Mm-hmm.
What inspired you to start Emotions, which
Yeah.
you shared a little bit before?
Yeah.
And what was the initial vision behind the company?
So I was progressing in my career in tech, and initially worked at a company in Connecticut called Ticket Network, and then I moved on to Priceline, and then I made my way to Silicon Valley. Worked at GoDaddy Ticketmaster, and also became a director of product and head of growth at the Series A startup company. And I was interested in doing a startup for a while. I think maybe partly because my family in China many generations ago owned some business, and that might kind of have some idea. My dad tried to start a business as well, and it kept going back to the earlier pain point I had when I was a new product manager, and I started talking about the idea of having something, some kind of AI coach that can follow me around, listen to me, and say, "Hey, you're arguing for too long with your engineering
Yeah,
manager.
that's our dream, right? Having an AI following us.
Yeah, like you're arguing for too long with your engineering manager. Take a step back um and here's how you could talk so you're not getting yourself into trouble." So I started talking about the idea with some of my former colleagues at Ticketmaster and GoDaddy like 6-7 years ago, and
Wow.
they still remember this day. They're like, you were talking about creating something that had helped you kind of improve emotional intelligence. Uh, so that was kind of like the first idea. Now, I mean, I have talked to a lot of potential users, potential customers since then, and I think it's that the use case of helping people early in their career, especially people kind of who are more junior in their career, it still stands out a lot. Besides, like, so I mean, for someone who's new to their role or junior in their role, they need to learn a lot of functional skills. In my
Yeah.
case, it was product management that includes a lot of things, but we also right now partnering with some companies to help for example, salespeople reduce time to productivity, or help their new recruiters get up to speed on how to be a recruiter, and what are things they need to know about their industry, and how they can build better connections with their prospects and things like that. So there's the functional skill, and then there's the soft skill, which is the leadership skill. I did made a lot of mistakes early in my career that by spending like an hour arguing with my engineering manager. Fortunately, some of them were kind of more gracious, and we're still friends, but some of them did lead to pretty bad outcomes. And I was hoping that we can kind of create a platform, a tool to help people make less mistakes and be more productive in their job faster.
Yeah, yeah. And you mentioned the importance of having a mentor, a coach, or someone who can
Mhm.
point the issue to you and
Mhm.
give you guidance or
Mhm.
best practices of how
Yeah.
to deal with the situation at hand. So, can you walk us through the pivotal challenges you faced in the first 1 to 2 years of building emotions? So,
Yeah.
and how did you navigate them?
Um, I mean, I always wanted to have something that can kind of give me real-time suggestions for feedback. As you know, the AI technologies a few years ago were, I mean, it's there, but it's cost so much money to
Mhm.
build out any like machine learning AI. So
Right, right.
we at the time we started with actually kind of gathering some human knowledge and experts first because it would have cost like millions and millions of dollars to try to
Mm,
build AI. So we have started with having some human coaches and psychologists on our
wow,
platform that they contribute
cool.
their knowledge and their learnings. And I myself, I learned I attended some program to learn how to be a coach myself and coach some
Mm,
people as well. And then um, so we have those knowledge base now. With the advancement of generative AI last year, it kind of finally making it more possible to create the things that I was hoping to create. So we pivoted with kind of having more of the generative AI powered AI first approach
mm,
to bring on leveraging the power of generative AI to kind of figure out what is the situation that someone is in, and then how we can give the suggestions and guidance
yeah,
at the moment. Lean answer the questions. Can the AI be the mentor
cool.
in the room when there's no human mentors available or no
Mhm.
human coaches available? To kind of coach people on things, mentor people on things, but also doing things like role play to as a customers or as a colleague to practice certain sales scenarios
Wow.
or having to take feedback. We're also talking to our kind of pilot customers on having the AI being able to not just practice, but also kind of assess people's skills, where they are at, and then give feedback on how they can improve from there as well.
Wow, cool. So lots of uses. So I really want to see the actual product. So our
Yeah.
audience would want to see it too. So we're moving on to the product part. And
Mhm.
before asking you any questions, can
Mhm.
you show us what it looks like?
Yeah,
And
of
then
course.
we can go to the questions.
Yeah, happy to show. Um, so so say one of the companies we're working with, it's called eHub. So say I'm a new salesperson at eHub, and
Okay.
there are a lot of things I want to get up to speed. So I can ask our AI any question, and the AI can answer my question in voice. The AI can also proactively suggest things for me to learn as well. So as a starting point, I'm a new salesperson at eHub. I'm trying to understand how I can better pitch our product to potential customers.
Wow. So it has voice recognition too.
Yeah, yeah. So it has voice recognition. It can
Wow.
also talk back in voice. There there are different things that we're working on that will kind of ultimately make it more interactive
Oh,
experience as well.
wow. Okay. So let's see.
Sure, I'd be happy to role play with you. Let's start by understanding your product's unique selling points and how it solves the problems of your ideal customer. Also, remember that knowing personal details about your contacts can help build stronger relationships. For example, if John Doe has 3 kids who play sports, you could use this information to connect on a personal level.
Wow. Mind blown. Wow. So the answer is actually pretty good. So you can
Yeah.
actually interact with the AI AMO, and then you can get coaching.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
right. I can continue a little bit. So let's practice. So let's continue with the role play. I'm going to say my product pitch, and you'll continue the role as the customer. Hi, John. I want to introduce you the eHub new carrier services that we are having, and it gives you the best rate in the country and also connects you with the best carriers in your area. Can I understand? Now, these role plays, so now it's giving me some feedback. It sounds like a compelling pitch. To make it even more effective, you might consider adding a personal touch. For example, how does eHub's new carrier service specific benefits? John, what makes your service stand out from the competition? Remember, specifically can be quite persuasive. So that's kind of like the AI giving me some suggestions. Now I can also ask the AI to recommend information. And all of these can be tailored and customized with any company specific content. So if
Wow.
company had their own like specific kind of product information and their own sales playbook, we can customize that as well.
Cool.
Recommend some content to me on how to build relationships. And this is linking to the content in our system, but this could be also be tailored with the company, a company specific content and system as well. So that's an
Wow.
example of content that we have in the platform. Now there are things that we have some of these videos, but we can
just
always
pause
add.
there. So it recommended a video, and you can click on it, and it will play the video. Wow.
Yeah, so these are our videos, but it can be tailored with company specific videos as well. And we also have skills assessments to assess people on various skills, practices that kind of people can go through to understand as way of self-reflection, but also can do kind of quizzes to assess where they are in terms of certain.
That's cute.
This is a practice to help them improve emotional intelligence, but
Wow.
there are things that they can do to kind of more go through product quizzes and test them on product knowledge and things like that. And there are things that I talk about, kind of giving real-time suggestions and feedback in meetings that it's on our roadmap, kind of how the AI can listen in Zoom meetings like this, give suggestions that the AI can kind of understand
Wow.
what are who someone is and suggest like kind of the paths and plans for them to reach the goal, ask them about the goal. So there are things coming up that on our roadmap as well.
Wow. Well, we'll save the future features for later part of the interview. Wow. Mind blown.
Thank
Super
you.
cool. Yeah. So thank you for the demonstration. I can see a lot of uses and future development for this product. So that's super cool.
What are the uses that you see?
It could be in onboarding, company onboarding, could be sales training or training for a particular function. Because I'm an HR, so I think in HR terms. There could also be like conflict resolution training. I could also see company policies and other company content being integrated and answering simple questions, or could even be more complex questions to the internal clients, so to the employees. Wow.
And new leaders development and things like that as well.
Yeah, lots of possibilities. So what coaching or workplace challenges do you aim to address besides the ones we already showed?
Yeah, you mentioned a few of them, training
Yeah.
and guiding people on how to help them get up to speed, especially for places where they hire people kind of who might not have a lot of background knowledge on the role, but now they need a lot of training and information like sales, recruiting, customer support, product management. Engineer often come with a degree and they have some training, but that might have some company specific
Yeah.
product knowledge and process they want to learn as well. So that's part of that. And then I also hear from other leaders that I talk to, kind of managers who were individual contributors, now they're manager. It's a big challenge,
Leadership.
So
Yeah.
helping them learn how to give feedback. You mentioned conflict resolution, how to do performance review, and even just the company specific policies that the managers need to know.
Yeah.
So that's another use case. Yeah, some example
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah. As the more training data we have, as we add more training data or incorporate with company data, it becomes more powerful.
That's
More
right. Exactly.
possibilities.
Exactly.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so moving on to the next question. For individuals, how we have hired human coaches, right? So our viewers probably have coaches too themselves. What benefits can users get from Emotions compared to having human coaches only?
We have people who have human coaches, but we also serve a lot of people who don't have human coaches. And part of our value proposition is we provide a coach in your pocket 24/7 with a fraction of the cost of a coach.
Yes.
And that's democratizing coaching for a lot of people who might not be able to afford a coach, or a lot of companies who want to provide coaching to the employees, but it's too expensive to try to provide a coach for everyone. So that's one case. But we also support people who already has a coach. But I mean, people who have a coach, they meet with the coach once a week or once
my
once
coach is
every
really
2
hard to
weeks.
get. Yeah.
And
Hard to book.
what kind of support do you have in the middle? So having something like this that can be there, available all the time is available. But also we partner with coaches and we talk with coaches too. And some of the things that coaches would want a tool like this to help them with, like how to hold someone accountable, nudge people on the things that their coaches said they want to do, track the progress on certain things, follow up with them on how conversations went, how they apply their advice, and how they have developed their skills, or how they have made progress towards certain goals, and assess them on what they have learned. All these things that AI can help, that could be a helpful tool for both the coach and the coachee.
Yeah, I can already picture a lot of use cases for myself. Like if I want something at 3 a.m., I can just message my AI coach, right? Because my human coach isn't going to answer.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, the timing, the flexibility, the cost effectiveness, and also like augmenting the human coaching ability. Because one coach, if they coach one-on-one or even in a group, they can only coach so many people.
Yes.
But when the coach's knowledge base is added to the training data, it's like you have multiple coaches on multiple topics, all in one, 24/7.
Yeah.
Wow,
Exactly.
super cool.
Yeah, we can embed coaches' knowledge base and kind of create specific AIs tailored with their own knowledge base and their styles and things like that as well.
Wow, so that if I'm understanding correctly, you're saying they can tailor the responses for individual people. Individuals.
Yeah, so the tool can be personalized from
Wow.
both the organization level as well as the personalized level. And also with the coach can be also tailored with different styles and way of framework, coaching framework. We have we have companies that like the grow coaching model. We have people who
Yeah.
like a different coaching model. So it can be tailored in different levels.
Yeah. Coaching models are great. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, my coach has a model too, and she uses it often
Yeah.
for solving different problems. Yeah,
Different
it's
personalities and
great.
models. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So let's talk about companies. So if I build a Humanacity company,
Mhm.
and let's say we have existing systems,
Mhm.
existing tech stack and training programs.
Mhm.
So how does Amotions integrate with my existing systems and content?
Yeah. So we can either just directly take all the documents and like videos, documents, PDF slide decks you have to that you normally use to inform your employees there things that they should know, and we can upload them to our database and have the
Wow.
AI digesting all those information, and then have the AI have that as the background knowledge in its coaching or role play and all those things. And we can also do API integrations with different systems that companies might be using to draw the information in.
Wow. So let's say in the future, in our Slack channel, I could have Amo in it, and then we can just ask or
Yes.
ask a question,
Yes.
get some feedback.
Yeah.
Wow. It's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
we're building our Slack app. So with we already have a
Wow.
browser extension, so you can access you can access a Amotions AI in the Amotions Chrome browser extension. And yeah, we're building a Slack app where you can access the Amotions AI in your Slack as well, and
Wow.
other tools.
Cool. Just out of curiosity, how did you come up with the name Amotions and Amo for the AI?
Yeah. I mentioned earlier that I realized one of the skills I needed was emotional intelligence. So
Oh, okay.
I was playing around with the word emotions, and then I thought, well, let's change that to A, so we show up in the first alphabet.
Oh, wow, cool. First, yes.
But now,
And
but now it's
AI plus,
yeah, now it's
right?
also applicable with the AI. So
Wow, super cool.
yeah.
Best choice. Yeah, get on the top of that list, right? Alphabetical list.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I should change the name of the podcast. Right now it's H, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, so for companies,
Mhm.
you mentioned that we could integrate with a company system, put the company data in, put the company content in.
Yeah.
So how do we ensure, let's say, privacy and data security? Like, how have you tackled that issue? It's a
Yeah.
common issue for AI products,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So yeah.
So for anyone that we're piloting with, we're storing their content and data in a private way, that we're private and secure way, that we are not sharing with any other third party. So for each companies that we're partnering with, they have their own instance, they have their own way of login, and only themselves and their employees will be accessing the AI that has the knowledge base of their company's content, and no one else will get it. And we're not sharing the data back to help train the AI models either. So that's how we're handling it.
I see. So they have segregated, dedicated data pool, pretty much, and then
That's
have
right.
all their
Yeah,
data in it.
that's
Okay,
right.
cool. And the central training data is based on what Amotions have, like all the coaching data, the coaches, their
So
input.
and then the AI has some kind of knowledge base that will be shared among all the
Nice.
all the users. Yeah.
So it's like each company could have their individual AMO, individual coach. Wow.
That's right.
Cool. Yeah. So what feedback have you received from your users, especially the companies you've already partnered with,
Yeah.
regarding the integration and the use?
Yeah.
So how has that influenced your product development?
That's a great question. I mean, we have people who ask us things like, your AI has text-based, it can interact with the text, and now it has the voice. Now, next, can you ask the visual? Can your AI has a face?
Yeah, as we have something we want more.
Can your AI has an emotional response to someone when the for example, like if an user is talking to an AI, say, hey, I just got some really bad feedback today, and the AI should understand what's going on and have empathy and showing in the right kind of facial expression. So that's something that we got asked. I mean, it's on our own. It's something that we need to work on building out, but it's something that we're looking into. And then we have people who asked, can your AI kind of come up with micro learnings based on all of our documents and information? And can your AI help grade or assess our people on kind of where they stand? And so it's moving past just a chatbot and passively waiting for someone to ask a question and answer. Is how the AI can be more proactively nudge people to learn and coach people, give them suggestions on things like, hey, your company just launched a new product line. Here's some suggested learning, some suggested information for you to review to learn about this new product. Since you're in sales, you should know about all your company's latest product, something like that. And then things that we're working on as well.
Yeah, I could picture this in my work as well. Let's say I'm an HR at this tech company, and then the company releases a new product. So they needed to hire new people, right, for sales, for all kinds of things. Then when I plan my HR tasks, HR strategy, all those things, I can ask Amo for information about the product. So it saves time from interacting with the other teams. I can learn about the product first, then we have a very informative meeting. Wow, cool.
We also have users that use our product a lot, and they have kind of certain use cases and scenarios and categories that they often use it for. So they would ask us, like, do you they'll say, can you have different categories of mode that your AI can help me with that? So for example, like, I need to write a project plan. Can your AI help me with that? Or I need to figure out how to communicate to my leadership team on some certain changes. So they'll want the AI being able to kind of help them, or easy navigation for the AI to help them in different scenarios.
I see. So like task grouping, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Yeah.
So it's like incorporating productivity principles, project management, communication principles, all that into the design, the structure of the AI. So when it responds, it could ask you, what category of question do you have? Right? Like what's the purpose of this communication? So it gives you better response.
Yeah, that's right.
Cool, cool.
And then there are others. Like might be too many to go over in this podcast.
Sure, we can continue. And then if you are interested as a viewer, you can comment below, and we will communicate the questions with Pianpian, and she can answer. Hopefully in the next episode of the podcast, one of the future episodes. We can invite her back and to answer more questions and share her developments. Yeah, that would be cool. So moving on to the future. The workplace is evolving quickly, especially in the recent and we can foresee upcoming years. So how do you ensure the product is up to date? The feedback and guidance provided by Amo is relevant and impactful.
So how do we make sure the the feedback and guidance provided by Amos relevant and impactful. So there are a few ways there. I mean, the AI we're using generative AI with the data that we train it, that has, it rely on the data has been trained on. Now we can also add a way for the AI to do a web search and get latest information from the internet. So that's something we can certainly add to stay relevant. For example, we have people who say, hey, can you help my sales team stay updated on the industry news? And in that case, we can go search the web and come up with some of those digest. We can also have, I mean, as we work with individuals and companies, we can also be either integrating with their system or have them share with us their latest any company or product related information or their own culture changes and things like that to get relevant, updated. Now I mean, the psychology and coaching field, it's also constantly evolving, and we will constantly add new learnings and content and knowledge to our platform as well.
Right.
And also stay up to date on kind of best practices for certain disciplines that we're helping people with, like sales or recruiting and leadership and different fields as well.
Yeah. So I can see that you probably will have a product team and a content team. Then the content team will focus on adding content to the training data.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're also kind of opening up to more for experts and coaches and psychologists. If they want to contribute the content to our platform, we'll have that available for them as well. And of course, it's a screened, and we're screened for quality for those.
Yeah, I can see a lot of collabs and quality guests getting in the development of the product. So it will really be a collective effort. To develop the product.
Exactly, collective effort between us and our users and our customers and experts.
And viewers.
Comments
welcome.
That's right. Yep.
Yes. So looking ahead, what are the next steps of Amotions? Are there any exciting developments that you plan for the next quarter or year?
Yeah.
What are you excited about?
Yeah. We started with more focus on the soft skills and leadership. Now we recently have been kind of hearing more in need of the helping people get up to speed in their functional roles, especially people who are kind of junior in their roles, newer hires. So we're going to dive deeper on this space, like how to help someone reduce time to productivity, making sure they learn both the functional part of the job as well as their company and team-specific requirements and needs for them to be excelled, cultural stuff, how they can connect better with their own colleagues, to learn from their colleagues, and as well as besides the soft skills. So we're gonna have more coming up on that as well.
Cool. So the team dynamics, the onboarding, the training, the functional training. I can see a lot of different areas that can be added to this map. Cool.
And we can directly work with kind of business owners, founders, as well as leaders who kind of need to do some of the training.
Who are interested in this. Yes. Yeah. So what advice would you give to other entrepreneurs or leaders or starters looking to innovate in the tech or coaching space?
That's a great question. I think it took us some time to figure out how to approach building these things and how we can have the best build the best product. And I mean, I'm still kind of learning that myself, and how to quickly get the product out and then gather feedback and information, and then how to quickly incorporate back to building the product, but also stay an open mind in terms of not stay open mind for use cases that the product might be relevant for, and aim at how to get quick people who might be able to adopt faster and getting feedback faster.
Yeah.
And if one path doesn't work, or one kind of case doesn't work, sometimes I have this persistent tendency okay, let me just try harder. But sometimes it's kind of step back and say, hey, what are the different variables that I might need to change or tweak a little bit? Is this the use case? Is it the size of the company? Is it the kind of target users, the target customers? Something I could kind of change or adjust to get faster, better results.
Yeah. Key takeaway: MVP, iterate, change, feedback, change, iterate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found that too. Yeah, it took so long to get the podcast running. Yeah, the MVP, and then hit it and go.
Yeah.
Although imperfect.
I'm also learning that some of the other founders I talk to kind of do a lot of posts, and I'm going to try to get better on that, posting more of that knowledge and learning, and post more about
Sharing
our latest
knowledge.
product kind of iterations and things like that as well.
Yeah, I saw your product announcements and the feature changes, the updates. I think those emails are great. If your early users of the AI tool is really, they are usually very passionate about AI and very passionate about the tool that you're building. So they would always want to be on top of it. They want to know the developments. They want to compare it with ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, whatever you use. So they can grab the benefits from all, right? I do that too. When you release something, this is pretty cool. Like ChatGPT does something similar, or they are doing something different. Yeah, I think that's a really good way just to learn about the AI landscape and also what's going on in coaching.
Yeah,
great point.
Thank you for staying with our email newsletter. For any of the listeners,
thank you.
if you wonder,
it's pretty cool. I wouldn't interview anyone who or any person or product that I'm not interested in, right? If I'm passionate about it, I would want to know more, and I want to interview.
That's great. Thank you.
Yeah. So we want to know more about your personal life or personal insights.
Yeah.
Reflecting on your career and personal experiences, what's one lesson or a piece of advice that you wish you had received earlier? Like something you wish you have known much earlier in life.
I think it's kind of like related to what I was just talking about. It's I have the tendency of like persistent grind and make sure I can get this done, or if I say I'm going to do something, I'll do it. But sometimes it's okay to be flexible and say, hey, since this path is not working out, it's okay to try something new, or explore a different way to approach this. And
be adaptable.
Yeah, and if something doesn't work out, it means that another door opens. So no need to be too sad about certain things. It's like it's easy. It's easier said than done. We often get into a very kind of down or sad mode if something happens. But there's something brighter on the other end. And then
Dark, lonely
piece of
night in the cave.
another piece of advice, more practical advice. I do regret that I argued too much with my engineering managers.
Yes.
In the earlier part of my career, I was kind of make those mistakes, and if now I actually don't do that with my engineering leaders anymore, or anyone, instead of wasting too much time arguing, I would kind of take a step back, or if I remember, I think Amos should nudge me up more on that. I still make the mistake, but I'd be like, okay, can I listen more before I try to just press on my points? And
listening skills,
yeah. I mean, listening skills, I think it's helpful for both kind of interacting with clients, colleagues, family, everything.
Yeah, it's the key to building relationships, listening, empathy.
Even with my kids,
yeah, you've become a mom in recent years, so tell us about that.
Yeah, I have a 2-year-old and almost 4-year-old. It's crazy having young kids while building the company. And I still think I could use the help of Amotions. The kind of, it's easy to get kind of sometimes like, oh, so annoying, or something happened and my kid this thing, and
the best and worst years of the kids.
But it's like, okay, how can we practice more of the mindfulness breathing or listening? And
yeah, kids is yeah, they can be a handful.
My son actually, I think I was raising my voice, and my son was like, "Mama, take a deep breath and count to 4."
Wow. So have your kids been like just listening in while Amo was talking to you? So they capture some of that terms and phrases. Wow.
I haven't
Concepts.
have the voice a lot, but because they listen to my meeting or around. Sometimes they say things like AI coach. I was like, do you know what it means?
Oh, so cute. Wow. And their teachers will be like, or babysitters will be like, wow, this little kid is talking about AI.
I actually demo
Cool.
I demo Amotions AI at my son's preschool, and the kids' takeaway is after they heard it, they said they ran to tell their parents, "Daddy, do you know computers can talk?"
Wow, that is the best introductory lesson we can give to our kids. Wow, amazing, the future.
There's a lot we can do, and I mean, there's so much possibility. Like generative AI is just starting, so we're constantly looking for people to iterate with and get feedback and help shape the future with us as well.
Yes, for sure. So moving on to our last question. How do you maintain resilience and your tenacity when facing challenges? What do you have, like a go-to productivity tool, a mindset, a thought, or a routine that help you get back on track?
I actually go through emotions sometimes, but I mean, it's true. Like as a founder, it's always ups and downs and ups and downs. And sometimes when I'm really down, I actually would go to emotions and just like I would wake up at the I'm really stressed, or I did this mistake. I somehow missed my call, or I was late to a call with a customer, and the person doesn't want to get on call with me anymore. What do I do? And so I went to Amotions to ask some of these questions sometimes. Now I do kind of now remind myself to do more of the deep breathing, like okay, I have a moment now. Let me do some deep breathing. Even when I'm not like too stressed, I'll try to do that. Just get myself into a calm mode. I used to perform and competed. I compete in dance, and I don't have much
Wow.
time to take dance lessons now. But recently, I've been doing some coaching. I have a human coach myself as well. I've been doing some coaching, and somehow I got to the conclusion that I should do some of the dance, kind of resume some of the dancing myself. So I would just dance in my own living room.
Good exercise and breathing exercise too.
That's right. Before anyone is up in the family, I would be kind of doing some dancing. And I would take time to do some reflection, either using the reflection practices on emotions or just writing a journal to do some reflection on what went well this week, what doesn't. So, I mean, besides talking to family or friends or mentors and advisors and others, yeah.
Yeah, same. I do a lot of chats with AI, just like talking about my worries. The AI is like the most patient, the most non-judgmental voice, right? Like when you're talking to it, it's strangely relieving. A lot of my friends do that too. They're like, oh, I vent with ChatGPT. I vent to whichever AI they use. Right? So it's pretty cute.
Yes.
Yeah. I journal a lot too. I have an annual goals and reflections journal. I have a monthly, a quarterly, a weekly journal. I have a daily reflection journal too, but I don't do it often. It's usually just like if it's a really big day, I have something, or gratitude journaling.
Yeah.
Right. So just being thankful for whatever I already have, for everything that we have, clean water, electricity, everything we have, even AI. I had an entry for AI. So grateful for having AI, so grateful for having an AI coach, so grateful for having this podcast, for having everything. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you. So outside of sorry, the question before was not the last question. The real last question is, can you share a book, a podcast, or a person that's influenced you the most?
Influenced me the most. Steve Jobs. I mean, I never met him, but I did listen to his the book Steve Jobs, and I listened to some of the talks that he had when he was still alive, and he had a commencement talk at Stanford. I actually listen to oftentimes when I feel I had like big setback or frustration. And I remember how he talked about kind of prioritizing customer experience, user experience, and so and I remember kind of from his talks, like sometimes I don't remember exact wording, but sometimes it's hard to see kind of moving forward, but as you life might hit you with the brick, but it's hard to see connect the dots looking forward. But as you kind of things progress, you see how the dots connect. So if there's a Chinese saying that kind of related to that is there's a story that when you lost a horse, you don't know if a good thing, a bad thing is going to happen, or when you break your leg, you don't know if the good thing or bad thing is going to happen. It's so it's happiness and sadness are kind of in circles, so we don't need to get too sad about certain things. Too happy about certain things.
Life is 50-50, and we don't see the entire staircase unless we're on a stair.
But Steve Jobs, so it's kind of influential in terms of how to really care more about the users and experience and all those.
Focus on the people, the end user, building the bridge for the people crossing the bridge. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of really great mentors in my life, really great founders, leaders, and teachers, and friends and family. There are a lot as well.
Awesome. Thank you, Pianpian, for sharing your journey and wisdom with us. And lastly, how can our audience connect with you or Amotions and learn more about you and the company?
Sure. So Amotions website is amotionsinc.com. We also you can also find Amotions .ai. That's also us. And if you want to contact me, is pianpian@amotionsinc.com. And you can also find me on LinkedIn, Pianpian Xu Guthrie. So yeah, really open to talk to anyone who might find things interesting or just want to brainstorm anything, or if I can help in any way.
Yes. So we'll make sure to get those in the description and in the show notes so you can find the contact information.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Elizabeth. Really appreciate all your thoughtful questions. And thank you for the audience for listening and watching.
Thank you so much, Pianpian. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.